Hey everyone, welcome to another Transformer review, and on this one we have obviously another guy from this Siege lineup. I thought I might as well get some of these guys out of the way whilst we emerge into the Earthrise series, shall I say, and I thought who better than one of the favourite weaponizer kind of combo guys that came out in the Siege lineup. It is Sixgun. Sixgun is by far one of the coolest, if not the coolest, of the sort of weaponizers, and he really lives up to his name because his whole siege playability with sort of guns being shoved from here out of hands and being stuck onto holes like that, and it's a thing. You can do what you want with it, ports and holes and everything, and it's cool. But yeah, let's get into Sixgun. So before I jump into this, if you guys could go down and leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to stay up to date with what comes out, remember hit that notification icon and it should be all good. So this is Wolf of Cybertron Siege Sixgun. As you can see, he is sporting an awesome colour combination. Definitely one of the better looking ones in my opinion. Second only to the next guy who's going to be out in the next review. And you'll find out who that is very soon. But this is Sixgun. And as I said with weaponizers, it's not just the weapons that can come off, it's limbs. You want this? This can become some kind of alien arm rifle thing. Or if you want a hover jet for another character, you can shove that in his back and... Look at that, it's a thing. That's pretty cool. But yeah, these guys' limbs have a tendency to come off. Unfortunately, some a bit more easier than others. And the I've noticed with these guys is the legs in particular are incredibly loose after a bit of playing with them and sort of sticking various things onto different ones. Like this becomes a very cool looking rocket launcher. It involves some imagination and creativity, but if you're not lacking that department like I am, you can make some cool stuff with it. And obviously Google is a heaven for all of the cool stuff. Same with the TF wikis and all that lot of fan-made creations, shall we say. But yeah, let's get into this guy. And as you can see already, there is a lot of cool details, especially in the shoulders there. Like there's some sort of like pistons and more mechanical details. One thing I'm a massive fan of is these chest rockets here. And as you can probably tell, I am ill again, which is probably going to be the norm. But yeah, these chest-mounted missile pods are super cool, and I am a massive fan of that design. And it reminds me very much of Overlord, with his sort of armor / weapons arrays that can sort of pop out of his chests. And there will be a review on him very soon of the Titans of 10 version. I'm just trying to find a G1 that isn't going to blow my wallet to pieces, which is nigh on impossible. But yeah, this guy has loads of detail. I love the silver cockpit. I'm more of a fan of the translucent, but only if it's translucent with no kibble. So I feel that the translucent would have worked with this one, but I'm also liking the silver on the white there. And also nicely breaks up the transition between the black and the white also. And I like the grey. It's very nice. As you see, his head sculpt is also super cool. It's very sort of Decepticon-y for an Autobot. But I rate that. That is what made me like him. He's got a cool head sculpt. He sort of looks like some sort of drifty, futuristic samurai. And in my books, that's a win. Also, he has potentially back artillery. Like, that's cool. He's got like back artillery cannon things, like mortars, which when taken apart in all of his forms, that can also become like a weapons array. Another super awesome feature. But yeah, his legs are just sort of, shin weapons, should we say. Really super thin twiggy thighs and hips, and gigantic moon boots, obviously. I'm also loving the wing detail here. The sort of, it's just, I don't know. There's no sort of like visible blades as such. I mean, inside there, you can just about see, around the very outer lip, you can see some sort of like blades kind of thing. But yeah, that's supposed to be for his, obviously, his alt mode, which is sort of like a hover jet from Cybertron, which is cool. But yeah, obviously he has wings and thrusters under here too, which is cool. But yeah, that's basically it for him. I mean, you know, he's cool, but his playability is also one of the biggest features on this sort of mini lineup, shall we say, from Siege. And let's get into that now. So here is a puddle of Sixgun. It is disassembled as much as I can. I'll just start with these sort of accessories. I swear Mirage has one of these in his Siege Mirage. He has like a silver one in the end of his shoulder blaster. But yeah, 2 of those. We've got 2 cool rifles. I don't know, they're just sort of basic rifles, but they do have this port on the end, which allows you to plug it into sort of, you know, stuff like that. That's cool. So you have 2 of those. We've also got 2 arms, obviously, as you can see. Very, very cool. And 2 legs. I'm liking the Siege scuffing on these. They're not, you know, they're not horrendous, but there's just a little bit on the toes, a little bit on the ankle there. And I think that's a good balance, to be honest. There's none on any other part of this apart from here, and that's not bad in my books. Some of the others are just friggin' caked in it, and it looks ridiculous. Here are the legs / shoulder rockets. I mean, this can do that, and yes, rockets and stuff. Get into that in a moment. We have also got the torso / waist, which can become whatever the bloody hell you want it to. There's also a peg here. You can take it out and make it into some kind of missile array. We're going to bring the fluorescent jacket guy here. He's going to model this very nicely for us, if you can even friggin' hold it. But yeah, they're obviously compatible with Earthrise stuff. Is they're all like the 5mm, I think they are, 5mm ports. But you know, you want to give him some jets, go for it. We're going to give Grapple a backpack. And do something with the camera back. There we go. And what else can we give him? Actually, let's put this on his shoulder arm thing. He's not as spoilt for choice with ports as the others are, but he can have that there. And we're going to stick this here. Actually, you can hold this one. Get in the goddamn hand. There. And yeah, we're going to stick these in the top of here. And in the top of here. And you can go in here. There. Yeah, but that's the sort of stuff you can do. You know, you can stick bits everywhere and it works. And the last final piece of Sixgun is obviously his head / torso section. Obviously, you can fold this up. If you really want, you can fold this bit down, rotate the head, tuck the head away. That folds nice and flush. And now you've got some kind of weapons platform thing. The thing I think looks cool is if you do this, you obviously got that little peg there. Do is get off. Grapple is living up to his name and he's grappling the goddamn legs. Give it to me. Right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to stick this in here and it becomes a sort of handheld rocket pod, which is pretty cool. But yeah, that is Sixgun's ability, shall we say. His sort of third feature. You know, he is just weapons and things for the Transformers. But you can create some wacky combinations, and I've seen some people do some awesome ones with multiple of said what was it? I think it was Cog and Sixgun here. Did I call him Six Shot at some point? I probably have. But Sixgun and Cog, you can get like 3 of each and make a really cool thing. But Hasbro, you're not taking my money that easily. But let's get into this figure's posability. So posability wise, this guy is awesome because most of his joints can come off. But yeah, let's get started with his noggin. So his head has a very limited rotation. What you can do is pull a couple of those back, or as many as you want. Pull that flap down to however far you want, and then you have a 360-degree rotation. It is on a swivel joint, so there is unfortunately no side to side or front to back like pivoting. You've obviously got on the back, we've got these cannons which can go down that far. Each one can go up. These ones can only go up to there, purely because of the head being in the way. That is the cannons. Now, there is nothing at the shoulders. You do have an up and down, no side-to-side rotation on there, but you do have awesome T-pose. And you've got a 360, obviously, because it's on a pin joint. You've got a single elbow joint with a rotation, as you can see here. Nice rotation. You can go that far and around that far. It's obviously hindered by the peg there. And no wrist rotation, which I think is pretty shitty. But hey-ho, he can become guns. What more do you want? Now, with the hips, you have also got a rotation. I'm going to move those cannons back up. And we're going to rotate those hips, which can go all the way around. They can go all the way around like so. And as you see the legs, they can 360 rotate. They can do this. They can do this. Very nice. And they can come up this far. And they can go back this far. Like so. My one problem with this entire figure is the god awful legs. They're so spindly. You see how little handling I've sort of done with it, and they're already trying to flee the scene. What are you doing? And they can go back up and stay up. And you've got a knee joint, which makes for some awesome posability. I think, if you can call that posability. And then you've also got a pivot here at the ankles, a very nice 90-degree pivot there, and a toe bend which goes all the way down that far, like so. That does it for this guy's posability, and nice. Not nice. So whilst this spindly asshole holds together, we're going to get into the transformation. And I think there's parts forming involved. Yes, you heard correctly. Parts forming. Ooh. I'd like to apologise about that lighting issue. My ring light decided to go and have a seizure and fall off everywhere and break itself and some stands, and yeah, nightmare. But this is Sixgun in his alt vehicle mode, and as you can tell, it's kind of, I like to call it a hack job, but it's almost like some kind of forced afterthought. Really is, you know, what the hell is this? I said it could have been sleek, but that thick torso, what are you doing? I mean, there's almost very, very little robot kibble. I mean, if you use your imagination, I guess. So yes, they're legs, but they're cool thrusters, and this is a cargo bay, and they're not hands, they're fuel tanks or some crap. But that is his alt mode. When I said about the siege scuffing, I completely forgot that there is the teeniest little bit around the fans here. Not much, but you know, what can you do? It's alright. There's not much to say, to be honest, about this alt mode. Like I said, it looks like a forced afterthought. It's just that the thrusters at the back, they all look cool. Obviously, you got the ones here in the feet. You can obviously have them open if you wanted to make it look like you go faster, or close them, or whatever. And you got little thrusters here, which are cool. They're very like space shuttle-y like, and obviously hollow joints everywhere and panels, etc. underneath, but you're not going to explain it that way, probably. It kind of holds a pose. Ta-da! I mean, you basically got the robot sat like that, haven't you, really? So, wait. There, it's a little mini one. There. Yeah, what do you think of that, Hasbro? Another fan-made thing. Oh, I don't like the fact that there is no joint between here, so these just carry on like legs do and keep walking, and they're a pain in the ass to get perfectly level, especially like me with OCD. It's a friggin' nightmare. But yeah, that is Sixgun. Alt mode. I don't know what to say about this really. I mean, there's obviously the good detail, which is more accentuated now. See, the cockpit looks great. The fucking wings that keep falling off are also a brilliant feature, Hasbro. Please, more loose joints. And yeah, we've also got the silver now in the feet here, which also looks really good compared to that. It's sort of like it's got cockpit in its thrusters for some bizarre reason. But hey ho, it looks quite cool. And obviously, look at this. This is despicable. So even fully in, it still wobbles. I'm pressing in as well, and it's still wobbling. Why? Piss off. That is Siege Sixgun's alt mode. It's alright. I mean, using him as a weaponizer, which is what you're going to do, because his weapons and arms and the combos look much better than most. I mean, cogs look alright. Brunts look really good. This guy also looks really good. I mean, I kind of half don't care about this crappy Osprey-ish hover jet. I don't friggin' know. It's just, he looks cool in robot mode, which is what he's supposed to do. And he looks cool in weapon mode, which is what he's supposed to do. Alt mode, meh. But that's 2 out of 3, so that's good in my books. And if you guys like this review, if you could subscribe, like, and comment who is your favourite out of the weaponizers, I'd be interested to know. And I will catch you guys in the next one. Stay awesome and peace out.